Hi guys, welcome to your next little yoga session. I'm Lindsay. For those of you who've not practiced with me before, welcome. And today's session is going to be a really nice grounding flow. We're going to stay quite low to the floor. It's a really nice opportunity if you have a blanket or pillow nearby, just to settle yourself in really cozy, really comfortably. And just to take this nice and easy today. There's going to be lots of options. There'll be chances to get a little bit of heat going, but mostly we're going to be just helping the body to stretch out and strengthen in a really earthy way. Winter is a really nice time for grounding. It's a season of hibernation, and particularly at the moment being very, very cold. So starting off, either sitting, kneeling, or lying down on your back, whatever feels more comfortable for you and your body today. Let your shoulders relax. Let your back feel long, supported, and close your eyes. Just find yourself here close to the earth. And that support of the earth beneath your hips, helping you to completely let go. Let go of all sense of holding on, any droplets of tension hanging out anywhere in the body. Just gently let everything begin to switch off, soften, and find yourself completely relaxed, settling down. And allow yourself this kindness of relaxation, this opportunity to pause and rest wherever you are in the process of your day. You've now got the opportunity to just hit the pause button and relax. Take your time. And as you pause, I want you to take a moment to think about something you're looking forward to. Maybe it's a lovely, delicious meal as soon as you finish this session. Perhaps later on today, a call with friends or family. Maybe there's something coming up with study or work in the near future that you've got to look forward to. Maybe there's a distant future you can picture. And as you look forward to this situation, just start to picture the person you are in that future. How does that person feel? What does that person look like? What's their behavior, this future you? How do they interact with other people in this dream of yours? Coming back to feeling. It begins to rise up as you think about this future self, you think about this future dream. And you may begin to notice those sensations now rising up in your body. You begin to feel it here and now in this present moment. The present you and the future you slowly coming together through this sense of positivity. It's like a warm blanket slowly being drawn up over your chest, tucking you into this new person, this new sense of being, this soft, gentle existence. And we'll begin to just gently curate that feeling within ourselves by slowing down the breath and focusing and drawing that warm breath into the chest, breathing in through the nose, naturally heating the breath. And each inhale then just gently builds up that warmth in your center, that positivity, that little sense of joy. And then each exhale, you feel yourself relaxing more and more into the support of the earth. The inhale, you're filling up. And with the exhale, slowly, steadily letting go. Just breathing through, nourishing yourself with breath, fueling that sensation of joy, warmth, and happiness within you. Staying present with your breath, sense of ease and calm. And then just taking a few more rounds, slowly and steadily deepening the breath. Enjoying the sense of calm and ease that's with you today. Not shaping the breath in any way, letting it flow nice and easy, nice and naturally, calmly. And with just a few more rounds, feeling this positivity slowly become part of you. This future self becoming your present self. And then those of us lying down, we're going to begin to ever so gently move out the fingertips and toes, roll onto one side, and come up to join us, sitting up on your mat, shoulders relaxed. If you're sitting, perhaps now you want to change position, you've been here for a short while. Feel free to keep blankets and pillows handy. Relax the shoulders down. And then just gently letting your hands rest by your side or softly on the knees. Bow your chin into your chest. Lifting up the spine nice and long, so stacking those vertebrae steadily one on top of the other. Begin to gently draw your chin along the collarbone, side to side. Simple movement, slow movement. And we're beginning now to kindly mobilize through our major joints. So here we're working at the joint that connects the head to the rest of the spine. So we talk about these as neck stretches, neck movements, but really we're particularly focusing with that very top axis. And it's a big circular axis that the head is able to roll on. It's probably got more movement than almost any other joint in the body. Gives us that flexibility to turn and look in each direction, but it also means that the uppermost part of the neck is vulnerable to stress and strain, to tension and tightness. So we're ever so gently rolling the head, keeping the chin low to the collarbone, just to start to stretch out the muscles and tissues around the neck and the base of the head, but also to start lubricating that lovely joint at the top of the neck. Now you can keep moving like this, just going side to side, or if it feels okay and comfortable, you can start to bring the head back, look up to the ceiling, lift your nose, and then circle round and keep moving in the same direction. You're circling, bring the teeth together, the tongue rests at the top of the mouth, and that just protects the joints, prevents any crunching, scrunching feeling. And keep a sense of lift in the head and the spine as you circle this way, rather than dropping back and crunching into the back of the vertebra. And if you're circling now, start to circle the other way, just letting your nose lead these big circles as if your nose itself was painting a circle. Just rolling through, steadily, steadily. Take as much time as you need. Feel fluid in this movement. And once you've done 2 more rounds, 1 more circle here. I'm going to bring the head back into the center, chin dropping into the collarbone. Bring your hands in front of you and take a moment, just rub them together, start to warm up your palms, as if you were trying to start a fire. And then clasp the fingertips together, bring the palms to the base of the skull. Your thumbs are resting gently on your neck. Maybe just stroking the back of your neck slightly. And then let the hands settle where they feel most comfortable. You might just find they naturally shape around the neck. Let your elbows drop in towards your belly button and then just pause. Shoulders drop back down. Just relaxing here. The heat of the hands now heating the back of the neck. Just bowing yourself inwardly. Continue this sense of grounding through the hips. As relaxation through the whole body. Soft and gentle. And then from here, we're going to slowly inhale, lift the head up, open up those elbows. And you're cradling the head. And then as you exhale, the head leads, the arms just gently follow. And you can get a slight curling in the upper back if you like now. Inhaling, lifting up, open. Exhale, softly curling into yourself. And then just move fluidly, starting to inhale and lift, working with the breath. Exhaling, closing in. And this is where the yoga really starts, the union, the yoga. Union of breath and movement. Gently bringing yourself down. Just continue like this, inhaling, lift. Exhaling, close. Inhale, lift. Exhale, closing. Creating some fluidity now. Some rhythm in this body. Pulling the elbows as close together as you can. Maybe they touch. And then inhale, open them, bring them out as wide as they can. Maybe start to feel your shoulder blades come together. A couple more times, drawing in. Inhaling, open up, let the head lead. Last one, exhaling. Inhale, open up. Keep the hands now resting softly. Back of the head. And we're going to start to turn ever so gently towards the right and bring this left elbow down towards your right knee. And then inhale, lift. Exhale the other way, keeping the spine nice and long so your head is still lifting up and away. Just taking a gentle twisting and back. Exhaling to come in. Inhale, open up, and just keep going like this. Again, this flowing, this movement with the breath. The body, both hips are staying firmly grounded today. Rooted into your mat, like a tree is rooted into the earth. Steady. Feeling as if you could be here for a lifetime. Rooted to this spot. Patiently letting the earth give you all the support you need. So a few more rounds. Make sure you lift up completely in between twists. And then bring yourself in. Keep the head supported by the hands. So the hands are just resting there. We're not pulling the head on the neck in any way. Let's do one more step to each side. Coming back up into the center. Lifting up the hands, and if you're cross-legged, maybe you change the cross of legs now. We've been here a while. Feel free to go to kneeling, adjust however it suits you. Lift those hands all the way up. Take a big stretch. Look up to the hands. That might feel quite nice to open up the throat, having bowed the head for a while. Again, we're lifting with the nose, painting the ceiling so we don't overcompress the back of the neck. Always looking for sense of ease, sukha. And then very, very slowly start to pull these hands down, forward as far as they go, rotating through the shoulders now. Inhale, lift yourself all the way up. Exhale, bring these fingertips down and forward. Inhale, lifting right up to the sky. Exhale, bring the hands forward. Inhale, floating up. Exhale, forward and down. Inhale, lifting up. And a few more rounds. Exhale, forward. Inhale, lift. Last one, forward. Inhale, lift. And then release the hands, bring them round. Let's take a little shake out of those fingertips. Shaking out through the wrists. Give them some twists every which way. And start to shake out the arms. We're going to bring the hands back up to the center. We've got one more move here. We're starting to work into the center of the body now. We're working down through the shoulders, into the back. We've done some twisting. We're going to do a little bit more. We're going to add breath work this time. So bring the hands just up level with the chest. You can bring them together if you like, or just keep them here floating in front of the heart. We're going to exhale and a short, sharp puff. And you turn as you exhale. And then you let the inhale come passively and exhale again to turn and twist. So I'm going to demonstrate a little bit for you. And imagine you're a bit like a choo-choo train is the easiest way to explain. So you're going puffing out. So starting now, starting to exhale as you twist. And keeping this fairly soft. So maybe just going about 80% of the rotation that you can. We're still warming up through the body, through the shoulder blades now, through the mid back and the spine. And two options with the head. Either look directly forward, so you're just isolating that movement to the upper mid-back, or very gently move the head, but keeping the chin to the center of your hands. I do recommend looking forward. It's going to be better for stabilizing, preventing any dizziness. But if there's any reason that's not comfortable in the neck, then just twist the head. Keep the breath going. Fiery breath to warm up through the center now. Last couple of rounds. Once you've been even, come back to the center. Hold hands here. Maybe starting to feel a slight tingling through your fingertips. And then release the arms. We're going to bring the legs up now. Hug them into your chest. And just wrapping the arms underneath, feet to the floor. Take a moment there and really start to pull around the back a little bit. So just gently stretching the shoulder blades apart, using the legs as your anchor, feet glued to the floor. Holding there just a couple more breaths just to separate your shoulder blades. And then start to realign the spine. So feel you're pulling chest and belly up into those thighs. We're going to start to come back into a balance. So gently now lifting your feet up off the floor. And slide your hands apart, one to each side. We're going to start to mobilize now through the lower body. So lift your body up, start to feel nice and lengthy through the whole spine. And then just tap your right foot down and lift up. Left foot comes down and up. And then just alternating between the legs, nice and simple. Holding onto those thighs. If this feels a little bit too much on the core, then bring the hands behind you, so support yourself with the fingertips, and then have a little bit of movement. So here we're working with stabilizing through the hips, the glutes, those hip flexors. You might start to feel the front of your hip bones. So getting a little bit of juicing and mobility in the knees. So really helping out key joints in the lower body to begin to strengthen and warm up. And if you feel comfortable like this, maybe you start to do both feet together. Still lifting that spine up. So even if your hands are behind you supporting, don't suddenly let the core and the back soften. Keep everything nice and steady. And if you really want a little bit more, take the hands away. And just lift and lower a couple more times. Strengthening, waking up now the tissues, the muscles. You might start to feel this in your calves and your quads. And then come to hold. Again, you can just hold on to the thighs, the floor, or you can do this as a balance. We're going to start to circle the feet. And any pops and clicks, creaking joints are fine. You've probably been very active, if that's the case, or maybe not so active. That's a roll them both ways. I know that crunching, as long as it's not hurting, it's all good, but we want to get those little crunches out, those little pockets of air. We're just going to slowly distill. Point, flex the feet. A really loving, lovely way just to get that fluid moving in your ankle joints. This is the way to keep healthy, strong ankles through your life. So just let everything gently lubricate, roll up. And then bring the feet down. So we'll place the hands behind the back and just start to take a little twisting. Knees coming, maybe just a couple of inches to each side. Maybe they come a little bit further. Really pay attention to your hip joints here. As you just windscreen wipe the legs, we're looking for a sense of ease, building up some strength through the body. Couple more rounds, just going gently this way and that. Going back to the center, bringing yourself back up to that lovely long spine, bringing the legs up. Now you've got a couple of options as we come into this next little set. You can come down onto the back and lift the legs, and you can just hover here. And that's going to be really nice in the legs. If you want to keep warming up through the body and you feel like a bit of core, as we inhale, we're slowly going to open up the body, lengthen out. Now you can just drop there. That's one version. Or as you inhale and open up, you can come into this center point. If anyone's done gymnastics, it's this kind of dish shape we're looking for. Feet and shoulders off the ground, and then you exhale and come back in. So feel free to stay still. Feel free to come back into your collapse version, and then you can use the hands even to bring the knees back in towards you, or you can take that slow dish version and strengthen and fire up through your center, coming back up. We'll do a few more rounds, whichever version you like. Inhale as you're open, exhale to your center. Inhale, you open, exhale, center. Inhale, open, expand. Exhale, center. Inhale, expand. Exhale, center. Couple more rounds. Inhale, expand. Exhale, center. Inhale, expand. Exhale, center. Last time. Inhale, expand. Exhale, center. And then as we inhale, let's all come to lie down. And then start to take the fingertips up overhead. Stretch away for a moment. And then gently bring your right knee all the way up into your chest. Bring your hands around that right knee. Hug it in nice and close. Left leg, left heel staying glued to the floor now. And then we're just going to circle this right knee. Keep your hand to your left hip just to encourage it to stay fairly heavy on the floor. And then circle the other way with this knee, just guiding it round. Nice and easy. And then once you've done one more, you're going to bring this right knee in, bring the hands to the back of the thigh and unfold the foot to the ceiling. And just holding up here. Imagine you're pulling the thigh in with the hands, but using the leg to pull away. So getting a little bit of resistance going between the hands and the leg. And that's it. Push your heel up towards the ceiling as if you were standing on that ceiling. And let your head be anchored. Your shoulders, your hips, all into the earth. And again, keep pulling the leg towards you with the hands, but let that leg resist the urge. Let the leg wish to be joining its partner at the other end of the mat. So building up this little fight between the hand and the leg. A little bit of strength going, a little bit of resistance. Those of you who are flexible, this is even more important. Maybe you start to switch on the glutes. We want to build up the strength in the leg. And the flexibility will come in a moment. Just taking a couple more breaths back to that slow, gentle, calming breath. And then when you feel ready, if you want to practice that flexibility, now you can begin to walk the hands up. Maybe you lift the head and shoulders. Maybe they slowly anchor down, and you can bend the knee here. Doesn't have to stay straight. Keep the opposite leg rooted on the floor. And just keep breathing deeply into the stretch. Taking your time. You don't have to get there instantly. You don't have to be straight away into a stretch. Again, if you're flexible, don't always give in to that flexibility. Build the strength at the same time. Breathing deeply here. Couple more rounds. In, out. One more time. Breathing in. And as you exhale, walk the hands back down the leg. Re-bend the knee. Oh, that should feel nice. And release. And then from here, start to just bring this leg across the body, twist it towards the left. Take a little look to the right. And just expand your arms out for a moment. Just breathing slowly, steadily, keeping the body grounded to the earth. Arms facing down. Last round here. And then gently bring yourself right back up. Let's bring the left knee into the chest and maybe just take a rock over the spine. Check how you're doing at this halfway point. And then stretch your other leg away. Keep the left knee in, right heel grounds. And then we'll circle this knee to begin with. Right hand on the hip just to see how that hip's doing. Anchored to the floor here. Slow, steady rhythm through the body. And then let's go the other way. Taking as much time as you need just to circle through. Steadiness. Grounding in the body. And then we'll bring that knee in, bring the hands to the back of the thigh, unfold the leg. And starting with this resistance training in the leg. So pull with the arms, activate, switch them on. And then start to pull the leg away. As if a magnet was encouraging that foot towards the mat. And your hands have other ideas. Start to lift the heel, push up and towards the ceiling. Activate the foot on both sides. Your toes are pointing back. Strength here through the legs, starting to maybe feel that stretch building and growing up towards the ceiling. That's the resistance of the leg pulling towards the mat, helping to fire up the muscles. Maybe your glutes start to switch on now. Really working hard through that leg. Last couple of breaths. Final one here, breathing in. And then as you exhale, you can start to walk the hands up the leg. And then just taking your time. Maybe you stay here, head and shoulders high. And maybe just with one breath at a time, you start to think about lowering back, and the weight of the upper body is just going to encourage that leg only as far as it likes to go. So I'm just letting the weight of my body slowly come back to the earth. Slowly, slowly grounding. And then just breathing gently. Relaxing the body into whatever stretch is there. This doesn't have to be your deepest stretch. We're not all capable of doing the split, so don't expect yourself to go there. We're just stretching out the last couple of breaths. Relaxing the body, relaxing the breath. Last couple rounds here. Breathing in. Breathing out. Final time here. In. As you exhale, walk the hands down, lift the leg back to the center, and then bend the knee. And bring this leg across the body. Let's come into the twist. And as you twist here, just letting the arms expand again, palms down. And just holding on just for a couple of rounds. Expansive through the body. Releasing out that leg, that glute. Breathing slowly, steadily. And then very, very gently rolling back onto your spine. Now either rolling onto the side with both knees bent, or you can take a little rock up and down the spine if that feels okay. Just massaging out the back. Keeping engaged. And then eventually we're going to come back. Hands behind the hips. Take that little twist. Just dropping the knees, windscreen wiping out your hips. Back to the center. Keeping the hands behind you now. Fingertips face towards the hips. And very, very slowly from here, I'm going to lift the hips just an inch off the floor. You want to have your feet about the distance of your hips. Your fingertips spreading wide so you've got a nice foundation. And again, maybe this time we lift a couple of inches and then lower. I'm just going to flow through this, inhaling up, exhaling down, inhaling up, exhaling down, really squeezing with the glutes, just lifting a little bit higher each time. Just slowly up and down. And then when you reach the point you think you're as high as you can go, I'm going to check that the knees are over the ankles, the shoulders are just coming over the wrists and coming into this tabletop. Your belly button and ribs drawing down into your spine and just holding for 3. Looking up to the ceiling, holding for 2 more breaths. Squeezing those glutes, floating up tall for 1 more breath. And as you exhale very slowly, we're going to swing the hips back. We're going to roll. See if you can hold for 3, for 2. And then lower the hips down. Bend the knees once more. Wrap your arms out underneath the legs. And then start to gently slide the feet a little bit further away. Keeping the chest and belly down. Let your chin drop in towards the legs. Let the forehead begin to drop down. And just start to fold into yourself here. Should feel like a nice big rounding stretch for the back. Lengthening up, out and away. Again, we want to pull the shoulder blades apart. So really wrap those arms around far as they go. And then feel that you're pulling open in the back of the body. Creating space. And as you make space now, begin to breathe into it. Breathe into the place between your shoulder blades. Breathe into the whole back of the body. And just collapsing here into yourself. Creating a feeling of warmth in the chest once more. Going back to that warmth we built at the very beginning of the practice. Feeding, fueling that joyful, positive self, that future self that you see is present now within you. Feel this warmth building as if you're being held by someone you love very much. Your arms are holding on to someone you love very much. Both of these people are one and the same. At this moment, you are the person you love most in this world. Keep gently folding into yourself. Feel this warmth. Feel this love and compassion. Knowing that you are gifting it to yourself. And then with an inhale, start to release. And roll back up to sit. Bring your right knee up as you come. And place it just onto the ground. Have a little space between the foot and the thigh. You're going to bring the left arm forward. You're going to wrap it round. And give that knee a great big hug. Your left toes are lifting. The heel is grounding. And then we're going to start to bring the right hand back. And begin to turn ever so gently. The fingertips spreading. And the arm is soft though, the elbow is nice and loose. We're letting the head drop in towards that shoulder. And just softening here. Ever so gently towards that turn. Now if you're comfortable here, you wanted to take this further, you lift up the right foot, cross it over the thigh and then keep turning. Your other option is to bring the left elbow to the outside of the right leg, and then I quite like to bring the hand down. So you're getting a hand onto the juicy bit of thigh, and then again you turn. We're not pressing, we're not overextending. Everything gently, gently, softly twisting yourself through. Keep breathing deeply, softly into yourself. Into that positive person there at the very center of your being. Love that person kindly. And then from here, turn back forward, uncross the legs as you untwist the body. Bring this foot now down into the thigh. Start to walk your hands forward along your left shin and fold yourself once more into the earth. It's grounding, nice, gentle lengthening through the back of the body. Both feet stay active, so the heels push in, the toes flex away. And just start worrying about any goal or destination here, allowing yourself to be in the journey. What would be the fun if you reach that endpoint too soon? So take that approach to this posture. Let the head lengthen forward, let the body come forward and soften ever closer to the ground. Breathing steadily in, steadily out. A few more loving rounds of breath. In and out. The shoulders staying nestled into the torso. Last couple of breaths in and out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And inhale, walking the hands back, lift yourself up tall. Let's bring both feet now into this central point, hands behind your back. Again, take this loving twist through those hips. And as you come to sit up tall, stretch out the right leg. Wrap your arm around this left leg. Bring the other hand behind you, fingertips spread wide. And soften the elbow as you just let everything relax down. Let your chin coming towards the collarbone. And then maybe you cross the foot over on the other side, in which case mirror yourself here. Keeping both feet engaged, the heels push into the floor. Again, if you did so on the other side, bring the elbow to the outside. Maybe you even capture this juicy bit of glute with your hand. And then continue this soft turning. The spine is lifting tall, so you're nice and upright. Just gently coming round. Breathing steadily through the whole body, in and out. Breathing in. Breathing out. Gentle approach to the breath. Gentle approach to the body. Just allowing yourself to turn. Softly. Taking the last few breaths here. And then once you feel ready, and you've got everything out of this twist you possibly can, start to unravel forward, taking your time. Bring this foot back across, place it into your thigh, and begin to walk the hands along your right shin, folding your chest and belly to this right side.
And just as before, we're enjoying the journey without really seeking a destination. Letting ourselves fold in, the heels pushing down, the toes flexing. Creating stability here in our joints through this stretch by activating those feet. And keep gently encouraging the chest forward while the shoulders stay rooted back into the torso. The arms are within their natural length. You grasp softly to the shin, maybe the foot if that's comfortable. And you keep extending belly and chest forward along that leg. Allowing yourself to soften down ever so gently. And just taking 3 more breaths. Relaxing with each one. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. Last couple of rounds in. Out. Breathing in. Trying to walk the hands in. Start to lift yourself back up. Bringing both feet now onto the mat. Knees lift. Hands to support you as you twist. Last time through those hips. And then bringing the feet together as if they were closing like a book. Lifting the spine up and then let your hands come onto the feet. Set yourself up there comfortably. And the knees can be any height. My knees are halfway up my armpits. But focus on lifting in the back, on lengthening in the spine, on settling down in those hips. And you're forward on the sitting bones, not back here, softly on the squishy, fleshy part. Lifting tall, lifting proud, the chest coming forward. And a few more breaths there. Shoulders dropping back and down. And the knees just gently softening with that ease. The less you try, the more the legs start to relax. And once you've taken one more breath like this, you're going to exhale, we're going to slide the feet a little further away. Begin to fold into yourself, final forward fold. Keeping those hands on the feet, but maybe they begin to open up like the pages of a book, just slowly parting. Your little toes gently touching. Folding here forward. Staying on the front of the sitting bones. Head now beginning to drop. Body surrendering ever closer to the earth now. Each posture bringing us into the ground. Breath is steady. Body steady like that tree rooted in the earth. Unshakable, unmovable. And then ever so gently inhale. Bring yourself back up. Manually close your legs using your hands. And roll down onto your back. And as you do, bring the feet under the knees. And again, we're going to lift the hips up. This time rolling up the hands and shoulders on the ground. Just a chance to just counteract. Letting the glutes engage slightly just to create a sense of lift. Back and belly drawing into the center. Just taking a last couple of breaths here. steady, steady breaths. Steady, steady body. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling fully. Exhaling fully. Last time here, breathing in. As you exhale, roll the hips down. Bring the knees into the chest. One final twist. Maybe you rock the knees gently to each side. And then take the knees over to the right. Keep the shoulders down, let the arms expand. You can keep the knees tucked into the right elbow crease. We're going to bring them right up close to the chest, as if your knees could touch into your armpit. And maybe they float there wrapped in the arm. Maybe you're able to bring the knees to the floor and release the arm out along the mat. Keep the knees high. Soften the shoulders and the back. And then slowly bring the knees back through the center. We've done plenty of twisting today, so we don't need to be here too long. Wrap the arms up. And then use that left arm to guide the knees, keeping them right up into your elbow and armpit. Maybe they hover there, maybe you can release knees and feet to the floor and expand the arms. And just those few short, sharp breaths here. And then gently bring those knees up to the center. Start to bring the feet to the mat. Walk them along the floor, arms above your head. A really big, expansive stretch to finish off. And then sweep the arms down by your side, back to the hands to the floor, palms face up. Grab that blanket, pillows, whatever you need to be comfortable. I'll be here just for a final minute or so, but I don't want you to lose heat. And then just rest. And back here as that loving warmth once more envelops your entire chest, your entire body. With that sense of warmth, love and joy radiating from your whole being. Feel with each breath you're filling up ever more a cup of positivity. Come back to that dream of a future self. Notice the shape of that dream, the characters within it, around you. And most importantly, how you feel there in that joyful moment. Hold on to that joyful person. See how that is your present self as much as your future self. And feel free to stay here in this dreamland for as long as you like, resting with your future self. If you feel as though you're ready to be in your joyful present, and ever so gently wiggle out your fingertips and your toes. So to move your head this way and that. And ever so gently side to side. And then start to rock those knees up in towards you. Give yourself a great big loving hug. And come onto one side. Again, rest as long as you need in this dreamland. Or make your way all the way back to sit up tall. Shoulders releasing down. Grounded through the hips into the earth. once more grounded in the present, in this positive, warm, joyful, loving self. I wish you a really beautiful rest of your day, and I really look forward to practicing with you again very, very soon. Thank you for joining me, as always, for practice. Namaste.